Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As men have bombshells been being dropped by Ripple over the past couple days. It's been an onslaught of news. And we're going to go over that and more very quickly. But first, I have to give a brief thank you to every single one of you. I just dropped the first episode of the Aggressively Average podcast. That is my last YouTube video, and it's also available on Rumble and Spotify. Please search the Aggressively Average podcast on those platforms in order to watch them as well, as the next coming episodes won't be able to be made available on YouTube. Now, without further ado, let's get into the big news for the day. Here we see that Ripple has started a platform for central banks to issue their central bank digital currencies. You see, guys, we've always known and understood this. This was going to be one of the massive end goals for Ripple. One of the massive use cases for XRP. But I have to remind you of the context of the week. First of all, remember the other day where we had the judge declare that the Bill Hinman email documents have to be unsealed. Jeremy Hogan also stated, did anyone else read the SEC versus Ripple order on sealing today and think that the language reads as though at least a large portion of the order on summary judgment has already been drafted? I 100% agree after looking over a lot of the documents. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my personal opinion that a lot about this case has already been decided and we're just waiting on some fine-tuning details and the right moment for it to be announced. I am on the edge of my seat. Major Ripple announcements have been coming out all week, and my crypto spidey senses are tingling and telling me that they might be accompanied with a large Ripple decision in this case very soon. You see, we have here a headline from Blockworks stating Ripple launches central bank digital currency platform, but then goes on to say central banks will not use or interact with XRP. And this is always my frustration with the Bitcoin maxi-centric media outlets. They always try and undermine and FUD XRP subtly, even when great news gets announced. David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, states the Cbdc platform reaffirms the significance of the XRP ledger as it's built with the same core technology. It has the ability to interact with the XRP ledger and use XRP as a bridge currency for cross-currency and cross-border payments, putting an end to the side swipes. I am so tired of these semantic games people try and play. Oh, CBDCs are not XRP. Oh, it does not interact with XRP. The goal is interoperability. The goal is to make this tech as simple as possible. The goal is to make this tech in such an accommodating manner for the central banks to be able to use and eventually have XRP be that bridge. And if you don't get it by now, you're just not getting it. And here, the Vice President of Central Bank Engagements at Ripple gives a great breakdown for making the case for blockchain-based money. Please take a listen to James Wallace, as we have plenty more to break down.
When we think about central bank digital currencies, we think about it really being as a platform for innovation. So we think about sort of three basic primitives, right? One being domestic use case for payments, with cash alternative being an example. We talk about wholesale, which is sort of interbank settlement, and we also talk about cross-border. Those sort of basic primitives we think will be implemented by central banks, but really the value of CBDC comes in the use cases.
The value will come in the use cases, and I absolutely agree. Not only do digital assets have to have use cases, but so do central bank digital currencies. You see here, Anthony Welfare from Ripple, one of the people in charge in making sure CBDCs come to the forefront in the world stage, stated CBDC team making significant progress with the launch of new CBDC platform. 4 countries are now announced, and those countries include Palau, Bhutan, Montenegro, and Hong Kong. You see here, Ripple is going to demonstrate tokenization with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority Hong Kong Dollar pilot using their new CBDC platform. And ladies and gentlemen, remember that I've been discussing on this channel for the past few weeks how the Hong Kong has been making themselves a crypto hub, while the XRP community has been witnessing the United States falling asleep at the wheel, witnessing innovation go overseas. This is an absolute catastrophe for America. But Ripple doesn't give a damn. Dubai has been building. Hong Kong has been building. The Eurozone has been building. And we've been wavering. The Hong Kong Dollar pilots has 16 firms with their proposed use cases. And here we see that Ripple Labs will be specifically discussing or working on, the settlement of tokenized assets. This was brought to you by Crypto Insights UK. And it's important that we all are very aware of what's happening. The tokenization of real-world assets is taking place in real time. And Ripple and XRP will be at the heart of it, making sure all of it works properly.
So how do you do that, exchange between those on a technical level, right? And it comes to the point, are you going to be able to receive CBDC for Tommaso's country, or is there going to be some intermediary in the middle that does that conversion? I think most likely for the foreseeable future there'll be some intermediary. There may even be different sort of in quotes neutral assets used. It could be stable coins or crypto.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about all of you, but something that I personally have a lot of joy seeing is when Crypto Eddie puts these Bitcoin maxis in their place. This was a message to Blockworks. James Wallace, the Vice President of Central Bank Engagement and CBDC, stated, "Most likely for the foreseeable future, there will be an intermediary in the middle. Neutral assets like crypto could exchange value between CBDCs for conversion." And even David Schwartz stated today what he said. This is all in response to really manipulative headlines. And Crypto Eddie goes on to say, a private fork of the XRP ledger is secured by its own asset. Now I'm 100% sure you don't understand the technical level of XRP when responding to the reporter that wrote the misleading headlines. XRP emerges as a potential conversion option for CBDCs. Central banks could leverage XRP for seamless CBDC conversions. Central banks could integrate XRP for effortless CBDC conversions and enhance interoperability. XRP's potential role in CBDC landscape for conversions. XRP could open doors to streamline conversions and interbank connectivity. XRP integration is a viable solution for CBDC conversions, and XRP integration could fuel seamless CBDC conversions. Plenty of people want to try and say CBDCs and XRP have nothing to do with each other. On the contrary, I believe both of them will thrive together. That's something you all need to know. A lot of people don't understand this. We will rise with the adoption and the inevitable rollout of central bank digital currencies. Full stop. You've seen the quotes. You've seen the use cases. You've seen the videos. Now place your bets. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's Cbdc effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's High-Level Advisory Board on FinTech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.